Hello everyone. This is Durga Shankar, Chief Mentor with IMS UG Management, and welcome to this video of IPMAT Indore 2023 Quantitative Ability Short Answer Section Video Solutions. Now in this video, we will take you through each and every question of the IPMAT Indore Quantitative Ability Short Answer section and help you understand the best method to solve each of these questions. Now let's start off with the very first question. Now once you read the question, you understand that we can summarize this question as Ankita is investing certain amount at the end of every year and she does it for 4 years. Now let's tabulate the data in a small format which makes it easy for us to understand and calculate. So at the end of year 1, the principal or the investment is 10,000. The rate of interest is 0.5% and the time period for which she is investing is 4 years because she is investing at the end of the first year and we are trying to find the interest accumulated at the end of 5 years. It means the principal was invested for 4 years. Now, year 2, her salary increased by 10,000, which means now the principal becomes 20,000. And every year the rate of interest increases by 0.5%, which means now it became 1%. And the time period for which this was invested will be 3 years. On similar lines, in the third year, her investment will be 30,000, rate of interest 1.5%, and time period 2 years. The fourth year, she invests 40,000, the rate of interest is 2%, and the time period is 1 year. Now, since it is simple interest, if I want to calculate the interest from each investment, so for the first year, it would be 10,000 into 0.5 into 4 by 100, which is equal to 200. On similar lines, the interest for the second year will be 600. Interest for the third year will be 900. And interest for the fourth year will be 800. So the total interest that she gets at the end of the 5 years is 200 plus 600 plus 900 plus 800, which sums up to 2,500. Now, this is one of those classic questions which seems to be a difficult one, primarily because of the size of the question. But if you spend a minute on it, understanding the information given, and retabulate the data in an easy format to understand, solving it will not take more than a minute or two. So hence, this is a question that is definitely something you should have answered. Now let's look at question number 2. It's a single statement question, easy to understand. Now let us see how easy or difficult or how quick or time consuming is to solve this particular question. If 3 consecutive coefficients in the expansion of x plus y whole power n are in the ratio 1:9:63, then the value of n is. Now let us consider 3 coefficients in the expansion of x plus y whole power n, consecutive ones of course. So I will take them as NCR plus 1 and NCR plus 2. And it seems these 3 coefficients are in the ratio 1:9:63. Now, let us take 2 terms at a time, meaning I can say NCR divided by NCR plus 1 must be equal to 1/9 Now solving this, we get n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial whole divided by n factorial by r plus 1 factorial into n minus r minus 1 factorial. Now this is equal to 1 by 9. Now n factorial gets cancelled out. I can write r plus 1 factorial as r plus 1 into r factorial into n minus r minus 1 factorial whole divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial can be written as n minus r into n minus r minus 1 factorial, which is equal to 1 by 9. Now cancelling out the common terms, we get r plus 1 by n minus r is equal to 1 by 9, which upon simplification gives us n is equal to 10r plus 9. Now let it be like that. We will take two terms, other terms, and find the relation between n and r again. So if I take the first term and the third term, NCR by NCR plus 2 is equal to 1 by 63. So this becomes n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial whole divided by n factorial by r plus 2 factorial into n minus r minus 2 factorial is equal to 1 by 63. Now n factorial gets cancelled out and r plus 2 factorial into n minus r minus 2 factorial will go into the numerator. And in order to cancel out common terms, I will write r plus 2 factorial as r plus 2 into r plus 1 into r factorial into n minus r minus 2 factorial divided by. Now r factorial remains the same. However, n minus r factorial can be written as n minus r into n minus r minus 1 into n minus r minus 2 factorial, which is equal to 1 by 63. Now cancel out the common terms. Also, we know from the previous expression that r plus 1 by n minus r is equal to 1 by 9. So if I replace r plus 1 by n minus r as 1 by 9, the expression becomes 1 by 9 into r plus 2 by n minus r minus 1 is equal to 1 by 63. Now 9 gets cancelled out 7 times. Now cross multiplying, we get the relation as n is equal to 8r plus 15. And from the first case we have considered, we got n is equal to 10r plus 9. Solving these two equations, we get 8r plus 15 is equal to 10r plus 9, or r is equal to 3. Thereby, the value of n is equal to 39. So the problem seems a bit lengthy, only based on or due to the amount of solving involved, but concept-wise, it is quite simple. All that you have to do is to find the value of NCR by NCR plus 1 as well as NCR by NCR plus 2 factorial without making any mistakes in the process. The moment you make any mistake, it will affect the entire equation, and in spite of spending time, we might end up getting a wrong answer. Now let's look at question number 3. A, B, C, D be positive numbers such that the sum of their values is 2023. A, B are in the ratio 2:5. C, D are in the ratio 5:2. Then the maximum possible value of A plus C is. Now let us look at a conventional method. Now A is to B is 2:5. So if I say A is equal to 2x, then B will be equal to 5x. In the same manner, if I say C is to D is 5:2, if C say is equal to 5y, then D will be equal to 2y. And the sum of these four numbers is 2023. So 2x plus 5x plus 5y plus 2y is equal to 2023. So 7x plus 7y is equal to 2023, which gives the value of x plus y to be 2023 by 7. Now 7 2s 14, then we have a 62, 7 8s 56, there's a 6 followed by 3, 63, and 7 9s is 60. So x plus y is equal to 289, and I can write y as 289 minus x. What is it that we are asked to find out? The maximum possible value of A plus C. Now, A plus C can be written as 2x plus 5y, which further can be written as 2x plus 5 into 289 minus x, which essentially becomes 1445 minus 3x. Now, if I want A plus C to be maximum, goes without saying that x must be minimum. And since A, B, C, D are positive numbers, the minimum value of x we can consider is 1. Thereby, the maximum value of A plus C is 1445 minus 3, which is equal to 1440. Now for the same question, let us try to see a more smarter way of doing it. Now A, B are in the ratio 2:5, C, D are in the ratio 5:2. Since I want A plus C to be maximum, let us try to maximize one of A and C and keep the other one at minimum, because they are a part of two different ratios. Now suppose if I say the minimum value of A is 2 and the minimum value of B is 5, then we get C plus D is equal to 2023 minus 7, which is 2016. And since C is to D is 5:2, I can say the maximum value of C will be 5 by 7 of 2016, which is nothing but equal to 1440. Thereby, the maximum value of A plus C is equal to 2 plus 1440, that is equal to 1440. So you can solve in either of the methods depending on what idea strikes you. Of course, goes without saying that the second method is much faster and easier to find the solution. Now let's see this question. An interesting one. It seems there's an election with only 2 candidates contesting, and we have the information about how many people did not vote, how many votes were considered invalid, and how many votes were secured by the winner and loser. Using all this data, we have to find the total number of voters in the list. Now, if I assume the total number of voters in the list is n, Now 15% of the voters did not turn up for the vote. So I can say the number of votes that were cast is 85% of n, out of which 50 votes were considered invalid. So I can say the number of votes which are valid is 85% of n minus 50. And these are the number of votes that the winner and the loser together have got. It seems the winner has got 44% of the votes and the loser has got 200 votes less than the winner. So if the winner has got 44% of n as the number of votes, then the person who has lost the election would have got 44% of n minus 200. So 85% of n minus 50 is equal to 88% of n minus 200. So as you can see, the difference is 3% of n, which is equal to a difference of 250, that is 150 votes. Now, if 3% is equal to 150, we know 100% will be equal to 5,000. Hence, the total number of voters in the voting list is equal to 5,000. Now, let's see this question. An interesting one. There is an XY plane and 2 points AB minus 2 comma 0 and 2 comma 0. Now, we need to find the set S as a collection of all points C on the circle x square plus y square is equal to 4, such that the area of the triangle ABC is an integer. Now, the number of points in the set S is. Now, there are multiple conditions. So, let us take one after the other. Now, there is an XY plane. So, let me draw an XY plane with 2 points A minus 2 comma 0 and B 2 comma 0. Now I want to find the third point C such that ABC form a triangle. But what are the type of points that I want to consider? The third point that I take should satisfy two conditions. Number one, the area of the triangle formed by ABC must be an integer. And number two, the point must lie on the circle x square plus y square is equal to 4. Now, when I take the circle x square plus y square is equal to 4, it is clearly seen that it's a circle with the center as origin and the radius as 2. So if I draw the circle with center as origin and radius as 2, then this will be something like this, passing through minus 2 comma 0 and 2 comma 0. Now any point I take on the circle as C, for example, suppose if I say this is point C, right? And since the radius is 2, we know this is 0 comma 2. And of course, diametrically opposite will be point D or another point C, which is 0 comma minus 2. Now, if I take 0 comma 2 as the point C, how do we calculate the area? We know the area of a triangle. Area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base into height. Now the base is the line AB. So minus 2 comma 0 to 2 comma 0, the distance is 4 into h. So which means the area is equal to 2 into height. And since I want the area to be an integer, it means h must be either integer or multiple of 0.5. So if it is a multiple of 0.5, since I have 2 into h, the result will definitely be an integer. Also, if you observe, guys, suppose if I take a point C here. Now the height is simply calculated as this vertical line. Now suppose if I take another point C here, this is how the height is calculated. So for every point on the circle, the height is nothing but the y coordinate. So I need to look for points on the circle such that the coordinate of y for each of those points must be either an integer or a multiple of 0.5. So for example, if I say y is equal to 0.5, then substituting it in x square plus y square is equal to 4, we get the value of x as square root of 4 minus y square. So which is equal to square root of 4 minus 1 by 4 or plus or minus square root of 3.75. So similarly, the value of y can be 1. The value of y can be 1.5. So in each case, I get x is equal to plus or minus square root of 3 and x is equal to plus or minus square root of, now 1.5 is 3 by 2. So square of 3 by 2 is 9 by 4. So 4 minus 9 by 4, or rather you can say 1.5 square is 2.25. So 4 minus 2.25 is plus or minus root of 1.75. So as you can see here, for each value of y, I have two values of x. So which means I could gather 6 points here. However, the height need not be only on the right side of the y-axis. It can be on the left side of the y-axis as well, which means the value of y can be minus 0.5, minus 1, and minus 1.5 as well, which gives you 6 more points. So 6 plus 6, we have 12 values as of now. Now, the last value that we can take is y is equal to 2 or minus 2. If I consider y is equal to 2 or minus 2, in both the cases, x is 0. So this gives us 2 more points. Hence, the total number of points in the set S that we are looking for, which satisfies all the conditions given, is 14. Now let's look at the sixth question. The length of the line segment joining the two intersection points on the curves given is. Now let us find out what are the points of intersection. Then it will be easy for us to find the distance between those 2 points. Now it is given that y is equal to 4970 minus mod x and y is equal to x square. So if I equate these two, or in order to equate these two, I will say y is equal to x square can also be written as y is equal to mod x whole square. So then equating these two, we get 4970 minus mod x is equal to mod x whole square. So which becomes mod x whole square plus mod x minus 4970 is equal to 0. Now we need to find two numbers whose product is equal to minus 4970, but whose sum is equal to plus 1. Now if you factorize 4970, you will see that it is equal to, now 7 into 7, or hold on. I think we can write it as 4970 is 70 into 71. Yes. Now, since I want their sum to be plus 1, I will take the smaller value as negative and the larger value as positive. So I can write it as mod x square minus 70 into mod x plus 71 into mod x minus 4970 equal to 0, which can be written as mod x minus 70 into mod x minus 71 equal to 0. Thereby, the value of mod x can be either 70 or mod 70 or 71. So if I take mod x as 70 or mod x as minus 71, it is very clear that the mod of a number cannot be negative. So which means mod x cannot be equal to minus 71. And if mod x is equal to 70, it means x can be either plus 70 or minus 70. Now let us find the corresponding values of y so that we can determine the points of intersection. So if I take x is equal to 70, then y is equal to 70 square. And if x is equal to minus 70, even then I can say y is equal to 70 square, because minus 70 whole square is same as 70 square. So the points of intersection are 70 and 70 square, followed by minus 70 and 70 square. Now the finding the distance or the length of the line segment joining these 2 points, applying the distance formula, we get square root of 70 minus of minus 70 whole square plus 70 square minus 70 square whole square, which becomes square root of 140 square plus 0. So hence the length of the line segment joining the points of intersection of the given curves is nothing but 140. Now let's see the 7th question. F of n is defined as sum to first n plus 1 natural numbers, and g of n is defined as sum of all values of the form 1 by f of k, where k ranges from 1 to n, which means g of n will be equal to 1 by f of 1 plus 1 by f of 2 plus 1 by f of 3 plus so on till f of 1 by f of n. Now, we know the definition of f of 1. It is sum to the first 2 natural numbers. F of 2 is sum to first 3 natural numbers. F of 3 is sum to first 4 natural numbers, so on. And f of n is sum to first n plus 1 natural numbers. Now we know sum to first n natural numbers can be expressed as n into n plus 1 by 2. So hence 1 plus 2 can be written as 2 into 3 by 2. So it becomes 2 by 2 into 3. Plus sum to first 3 natural numbers will be 3 into 4 by 2. So that is 2 by 3 into 4. Similarly, it becomes 2 by 4 into 5 plus so on, plus 2 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Now let me take the numerator 2 common, and 1 by 2 into 3 can be written as 3 minus 2 by 2 into 3. Similarly, 1 by 3 into 4 can be written as 4 minus 3 by 3 into 4. And 1 by 4 into 5 can be written as 5 minus 4 by 4 into 5, so on. And 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2 can be written as n plus 2 minus n plus 1 whole divided by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Now, I can split each term into two fractions. So 3 by 2 into 3 is 1 by 2 minus 2 by 2 into 3 is 1 by 3 plus 4 by 3 into 4 is 1 by 3 minus 3 by 3 into 4 is 1 by 4. On similar lines, it will become 1 by 4 minus 1 by 5 plus so on. The last term becomes 1 by n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 2. Now minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 so on, minus 1 by n plus 1 and plus 1 by n plus 1 gets cancelled. So thereby we get the value of g of n as 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by n plus 2. Now which gives us 2 into 1 by 2 is 1 minus 2 by n plus 2. And I want this value to exceed 99 by 100, more than 99 by 100. Now I will get 2 by n plus 2 is greater than 1 by 100 or n by 2 by 2 greater than 100. Thereby n is greater than 198. So if n is a natural number, the least value that we will have to find out which exceeds 99 by 100 is n greater than 198, which is equal to 199. Hence, the least value of n we are looking for is 199. Question number 8. Now it's a very simple and straightforward question. We need to find the remainder when the given sum of factorials is divided by 15. Now we know 15 is nothing but 3 into 5. So hence every factorial from 5 factorial. So 5 factorial or more are divisible by 15, which means the remainder is 0. So from 5 factorial till 95 factorial, when I divide by 15, the remainder is 0. So what I am left with is to calculate the remainder when 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus 4 factorial is divided by 15, which is 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 24 divided by 15. So the sum of all the values 1, 2, 6, 24 is 33. Now the remainder when 33 is divided by 15 is nothing but equal to 3. So very simple and straightforward question. Now let's see this question. This is also one of the easiest questions, similar to the previous one in the entire quantitative ability short answer section. If we consider the given polynomial as f of x, it says when f of x is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 2. Meaning, if I substitute x is equal to 1, it must be equal to 2. Now, if I substitute x is equal to 1 in the given polynomial, what do we get? We get 4 into 1 power 10, which is 4, minus 1 power 9, plus 3 into 1 power 8, minus 5 into 1 power 7, plus c into 1 power 6, plus 2 into 1 power 5, minus 1 power 4 plus 1 cube minus 4 into 1 square plus 6 into 1 minus 2. And this must be equal to 2. Upon simplification, we get the value of C as minus 1. Hence, the value of C plus 6 that is asked is minus 1 plus 6, which is equal to 5. So as you can see, this is also a very easy and straightforward question, just similar to the previous one. So these two questions must have been solved by everyone who has attempted this paper. Now let's see the 10th question. The total number of positive integer solutions such that 21 less than or equal to a plus b plus c less than or equal to 25 is. Meaning, I want the sum of a, b and c must be equal to either 21 or 22 or 23 or 24 or 25. And a, b, c must be positive integers, which means natural numbers. So let me take the first case. A plus b plus c must be equal to 21. And remember, a, b, c must be natural numbers. Now, which means the minimum value of a, b, and c must be equal to 1. So let me satisfy that condition first. So I will replace a with a dash plus 1 and b with b dash plus 1 and c with c dash plus 1, which is equal to 21. Thereby, I get a dash plus b dash plus c dash is equal to 18. Now, since a, b, and c already have a minimum of 1, a dash, b dash, and c dash can take 0 as well, which means now it is one of those standard cases of finding the non-negative integer solutions for a dash plus b dash plus c dash is equal to 18. Or you can also talk about it from the point of theory of distribution as number of ways in which we can divide 18 into 3 parts, right? So the number of ways 18 can be divided into 3 groups such that some of them can be empty as well is 18 plus 3 minus 1, C 3 minus 1, which is equal to 20C2. Now 20C2 is 20 into 19 by 2, which is equal to 190. Now applying the similar logic to all the subsequent possibilities, meaning a plus b plus c is equal to 22. So if we follow the same process, we get a dash plus b dash plus c dash is equal to 19. So the number of ways of dividing 19 as sum of 3 numbers where some of them can be empty, or the non-negative integer solutions for a dash plus b dash plus c dash is equal to 19 is 21C2, which is 21 into 20 by 2, that is 210. Continuing the pattern, a plus b plus c is equal to 23. Number of non-negative integer solutions is 22C2. A plus b plus c is 24. Then number of non-negative integer solutions is 23C2. And a plus b plus c is equal to 25. Number of non-negative integer solutions is 24C. Now this will be equal to 22 into 21 by 2, which is 231. Similarly, this is 23 into 22 by 2, which is equal to now 11, 230 into 11, that is 230 plus 23, which is 253. And 24C2 is 24 into 23 by 2. 2 gets cancelled out 12 times in 24. So 12 into 23. Now 23 into 10 is 230. plus 46, which is 276. So the total number of solutions is a sum of all these values, which is equal to 1160. Let's look at the 11th question. The product of the roots of the given equation is what? Now, when you look at the given equation, it seems to be involving logarithms. Yes, no doubt about it. But if you observe carefully, it is similar to a quadratic equation. If we can replace the log with a certain variable, that will make it easy for us to understand the equation better and also find the roots faster. Hence, let me replace log x base 2 with something called k. So if I substitute the same in the given equation, it will become log 2 power k square base 2 minus 5k plus 6 is equal to 0. Now log 2 power k square base 2 can be written as k square into log 2 base 2, which is equal to 1, minus 5k plus 6 equal to 0, which can be factorized as k minus 2 into k minus 3 equal to 0. Thereby, the value of k is equal to 2 or 3. Now, if we replace the value of k with log x base 2, it is equal to either 2 or 3. By definition of logarithm, I can say x is equal to 2 square or 2 cube. Hence, the roots are 4 or 8. And since I want the product of the roots, it is going to be 4 into 8, 32. Now, the appearance of logarithms might create a confusion or might give you a feeling that this is a difficult question. But if you look at it beyond that log, you will understand that it's a very simple problem based on quadratic equations. It is given to us that f of 1 is equal to 1, and for all values more than 1, f of n is defined as 3n minus f of n minus 1. And we are to find the value of f of 2023. I am sure all of us agree that in an exam, it's impractical for us to find all values from f of 1 to f of 2023, which means in all such problems, the idea is to identify the pattern that is followed by all the values, which we use to find the value of f of 2023 easy. So in order to identify the pattern, let me calculate the first few initial values. Now we know f of 1 is equal to 1. By definition, f of 2 will be 3 into 2 minus f of 1, which is equal to 6 minus 1, 5. Now f of 3 is equal to 3 into 3 minus f of 2, that is 9 minus 5, 4. F of 4 is 3 into 4 minus f of 3, 12 minus 4, 8. Let's take a couple of more values. F of 5 is 3 into 5 minus f of 4, so 15 minus 8, 7. And f of 6 is 3 into 6 minus f of 5, which is 18 minus 7, 11. Let us take a pause here and see if we can identify a pattern with the values we have at hand. Now, 1 followed by 5, 4, 8, 7, 11. Now, if you observe, or if you are familiar with the concept of alternate series from number series topic, then you will understand that this is a similar case. An alternate series is nothing but a series of numbers where each set of alternate numbers form a separate series. Let me show you what I mean by it. Now, if you look at the first set of alternate numbers, that is the first number, the third number, the fifth number, 1, 4, 7, so on. As you can see, it is a sequence and it is an arithmetic progression, in fact, with a common difference of 3. Now, if you look at the second set of alternate series, that is 5, 8, 11, so on, which is another arithmetic progression with a common difference of 3. Now, since we are to find f of 2023, which indeed is an odd number, it will be a part of the first alternate series. But which term will it be? Because here I see in this separate series, 1, 4, 7 are the first, second, third values, but in actual series, they are first, third, and fifth. Easier way to find out is in the first 2022 numbers, we will have 1011 numbers in the first series and 1011 numbers in the second series. Hence, f of 2023 will be the 1012th term in the series of 147, so on. Now, in order to find the 1012th term easily, let me give a general form for each term. I can say the series of 147, etc. Each term can be represented as 3n minus 2, where n is a natural number, right? So if I want the value of 1012th term, then it will be 3 into 1012 minus 2, which is equal to 3034. Hence, f of 2023 is equal to 3034. Now, this is indeed a problem on time and work. Now, usually questions from the chapters of time and work, time, speed, and distance are normally lengthy. So it is obvious that they are not our initial choice to attempt because it will take certain time to read the question itself. However, as I always keep saying, we can't judge the difficulty level of the question based on the size of it. And the problem we have here is a classic example of the same. Now, let me show you how simple and easy this question is to answer. Now, the summary of the question is, Amisha can complete a task in 20 days. Let us assume the work or the task is 20 units. And since Amisha alone can finish this task in 20 days, it means in one day, Amisha will do 1 unit of work. She worked for 4 days, then took a break. So which means work done by Amisha is, for the first 4 days, she did 1 unit per day. And after the break, when she resumed work, there was also a co-worker. And this time, Amisha is working only at half her efficiency. And the work was completed in next 12 days. So the work done by Amisha will be 12 into 1 by 2, which means she has done a total of 20 units. From where we understand that the co-worker has done the remaining 10 units of the work in 12 days. So if this co-worker is working alone to do the entire job, which is 20 units, obviously it will take double the time, which is 24 days. Hence, 24 days is the answer. Let's see the 14th question. The summary of the problem is there is a chess tournament in which there are 4 groups. Every group has equal number of players. And we have information about the number of matches played by each player. Now, this is a bit confusing, but in actual, once you start putting down numbers, you will realize it's quite simple. Let me assume that each group has n players. Now, I will consider myself as one of the players in a group, and I will see how many matches I will play overall. So first point is I am going to play with every other player in my group. So I have n minus 1 other players in the group. So I will play n minus 1 matches. Then I will play with each player from one of the remaining 3 groups exactly twice. So one of the remaining 3 groups, so if I take one group, it has n players. I will play with every one of them twice. So I will play 2n matches. By similar logic, the third statement, I will play with each player belonging to one of the remaining 2 groups exactly 3 times. One of the remaining 2 groups. So in that group, I consider there are n players. With each player, I will play 3 times. So total number of matches is 3n. And in the last group left, I will play 4 times with each player. So total number of matches is 4n. Now, this is where one very important point is that most of the students would have missed on. Now, when you look at these matches, if I consider 2 players A and B, then I am counting the match between A and B 2 times, because I have counted it when A is playing with B and B is playing with A. Hence, the number of unique matches will be whole divided by 2. And remember, guys, this is the number of matches played by one player. And what is the total number of players we have? 4n. So hence, number of matches in the tournament will be 4n into n minus 1 plus 2n plus 3n plus 4n by 2. And it seems this must be more than 1000. Now, if I cancel certain common values and simplify, I get n into 10n minus 1 is greater than 500 by trial and error. Now, suppose if I take n is equal to 5. Now, 5 into 49 is definitely not greater than 500. If I take 10, now 10 into 99 is definitely greater than 500. So the value must be between 5 and 10. Now, if you look at the value of, let's say, 7 or 8 or 9, you will see that n is equal to 8 is the smallest value that satisfies this inequality. Hence, the minimum number of players in each group is 8. Now, let's look at the last question in the short answer section. A problem of time, speed, and distance, a lengthy one. So let's take point by point clearly. The summary of the question is, there are 4 gears. The speed of the 4th gear is 5 times the speed of the first gear. So if I assume the speed of the first gear is x, then the speed of the 4th gear is 5x. Similarly, the time taken to travel a certain distance by the 2nd gear is twice that of the 3rd gear. Now we know when distance is same, speed and time are inversely proportional. So from this statement, I understand the speed of the 3rd gear is twice that of the 2nd gear. Suppose if I assume the speed of the 2nd gear to be y, then the speed of the 3rd gear will be 2y. So this is the first part. The second part is, in a 100-kilometer journey, if Vinita travels equal distances in each of the gears, which means 25 kilometers in each gear, she takes 585 minutes to complete the journey. Now we know time is equal to distance by speed. So 25 kilometers in the first gear, 25 kilometers second gear, third gear, and fourth gear is equal to 585. Now I can take 25 common and I divide on either sides by 25. Then I get 1 by x plus 1 by 5x plus 1 by y plus 1 by 2y is equal to 585 by 25. Or rather, I would say I get 6 by 5x plus 3 by 2y is equal to 117 by 5. As you can see, all the numerators 6, 3 and 117 have 3 as a common factor. So if I cancel it out, we get 2 by 5x plus 1 by 2y is equal to 39 by 5. Now I'll keep it as it is. Let us see what is it we are supposed to find out. Now what we are supposed to find out is the time taken if the distance covered in the first, second, third, fourth gears are 4, 30 to 60. So the time taken will be 4 by x plus 4 by y plus 32 by 2y plus 60 by 5y. Now I can write it as 4 by x plus 12 by 60 by 5x can be simplified as 12 by x. On the other hand, 4 by y plus 32 by 2y, which will become 16 by y. Now this becomes 16 by x plus 20 by y. I can take a 4 common, which will make it 4 by x plus 5 by y. Now, let me try to make certain changes to the earlier equation I got so that I can convert it into the form of 4 by x plus 5 by y. So if I multiply both sides of the equation with 10, then I get 4 by x plus 5 by y is equal to 78. So let me replace 4 by x plus 5 by y with 78 here. So 4 into 78, which is equal to 312 minutes. So this is definitely not one of those easiest questions because there is no a smarter way of doing it is. So we need to take utmost care in identifying or in representing the values, forming the equations, and also bring it to a format where I can replace one equation with the other. Hence, definitely not a question that you should have answered in the first go, but something which is not definitely not doable. So let us see you guys again in the MCQ section.